It's Real Fit Radio with B
and J.LOU.
If this is your first time listening, welcome. And if you're a returning listener, welcome back.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You need people in your life that are further along than you. People that have a bigger vision, people that are more experienced, people that are out of your league. You need to be exposed to new levels so that you can get to new levels.
If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Get you a little bit better, huh?
Yeah, well, we just got through talking about that in the kitchen.
We were in the kitchen?
Yeah, we was in the kitchen. You was making tacos and we was talking
about levels. Did I have
about
cheese?
Levels. Huh?
Did I have cheese?
No, you had no cheese. You had avocado and that's something else that was supposed to taste like cheese.
Oh,
it was good though.
Okay.
I'll let you rock out.
I like messing with Lou, you guys. I don't think it's just a regular day if I don't. Gotta find something to mess with them all the time. Well, we are on schedule. We're in December. Christmas is approaching quickly, and so is the last episode. We will be wrapping up the journey of Real Fit on the 27th of December. So we're in the final lap. The final stretch.
The stretch.
Yeah, the final stretch. Yeah, like
50 meters.
Yeah, we're in the final stretch, you guys. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the meat and potatoes of this podcast. ROI, which is return on investment with people, places, and things. Now, it may sound a little weird to you. I feel like we can immediately identify the return of an investment on things we purchase, places we go, whether it's for entertainment, leisure, business. It's like you know what you're getting from it. I know if I go here, I'm going to get some R&R, maybe some me time, family time. So that is the return on investment. I pay, I get the vacation, I get the getaway for things. I buy these clothes, this bag. These are things that I get enjoyment out of. I look good in them, whatever it is. Even with jobs, what's the return on the investment? You consider before you take certain jobs based on how much you make, the vacation package, the benefits, hours, the commute, the growth opportunities within the company, just things like that, right away. But I think a really important place that we don't consider the return on the investment is with people. And as we are quickly moving into 2022, it's already 2022 for me, I start to think about, because of New Year's resolutions, because of the end of the year, you're thinking about, okay, what did I accomplish this year? What are, the short-term and long-term goals I'm setting going forward? How am I? How are the people in my life? And I start to do the self-check also with my circle. We had a podcast topic a long time ago, self and circle check. I started to think about the return on the investment of the people I've been dealing with throughout 2021. And I think this is something really good to sit and really think about. And when you do, it might get it might get a little interesting. As I thought about the people in my life and things that I've learned throughout 2020 and 2021 with the whole pandemic thing, it had me further examine relationships, because I was learning a lot, but I started to think more about the people, old and new relationships. And there was something my mother used to say to me when I was a kid, and I've probably said this in other podcasts. I thought it was really horrible, but as I grew, and lived longer, I began to have a better understanding of it, and it didn't seem so harsh, like, oh, that's messed up. She used to tell me all the time, get, give, or get off. Friends are to be used, not misused. And I used to think that was just so cold. But that ties right into this ROI with the people, the different people in my life. I know what they're getting from me. I know that I'm an asset. I know what I'm going to give. And I understand, the exchange that should be happening. But are we being intentional or as calculated when we allow people to take on, or we give the title of friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, possible husband, partnership? Is it worth the investment? Are you going to get a return on the investment of your time, of your energy, of your support, of your availability? Because you're allowing someone to have access to you in such a way through energy, like physical presence, your mindset, the wisdom that you've attained throughout life. Also, minus the experience, just the knowledge of you maybe having gone to school or learned a certain skill, trade, whatever. What's the return of investment? And so as I sit and think about that, there are people, it's like, ooh, I'm not getting very much on the return of investment in this relationship. People understand it, see it quickly with jobs. They see it quickly with things, places. I'm not going to get more bang for my buck on this vacation, but we'll keep people in our lives, and there is no return on the investment of the time, which is so precious. We cannot get it back. It's priceless. So that's what we're talking about. The importance of the ROI with people, emphasis on people, because I think we've gotten it down when it comes to places and things, but the value of it when it comes to people and just having a better understanding of it. And once you get that moving forward, I believe it'll save you a whole lot of time, energy, and also frustration, because who wants to invest in something that you don't get a return on, or it's trash, or you feel like it was so one-sided?
What I think about when you said ROI, I just thought about that scene on Mission Impossible 2 when Stamp asks, oh boy, why do you think she's really here? The reason being is because people don't really value, or they don't realize that people can be time stealers in terms of them not bringing anything to the table. I wouldn't even necessarily say that it's people in general, because sometimes relationship wise, like if somebody's trying to date somebody, they know what they want in terms of what somebody have to bring to the table. But just regular people that's coming in and out, those are the ones that kind of naturally just sit there, or you allow them to sit there and you don't even realize, why do I have you saved in my phone again? Why do we talk? When you really sit and think about not necessarily bring to the table, but that's the best way I can say it is, you start looking at like, okay, I invested all this time, or I invested time into whatever this is supposed to be. Did I learn anything new? Were they a resource and referral? Did I gain any knowledge? Like, is it anything there that I've obtained from this person, and vice versa? Sometimes, I always look at myself first, so I never really look at people first. I always look at, okay, what did I bring to the table?
And now a quick moment from our sponsor, Journey of a Legend.
You. Yeah, you. What's your passion? Purpose. Every day you try, you succeed. The time is now. Journey of a Legend. It starts with you.
If you want to learn more or purchase merchandise, go to www.journeyofalegend.com.
What was that person's return on investment for dealing with me? So I sit there and it'd be like, okay, I gave this, I gave that, I shared this, I shared that. And then you flip it and you're like, okay, what did they bring? And a lot of times you would be very surprised that a lot of people that you have that's in your circle or in your contact list, whatever, they really not doing nothing but taking up space. And I do agree with you. I do agree that people don't really see it that way, just because, no, that's just so-and-so, or that's just, that's my homie, or that's my friend, that's my brother, my sister. But it's like, these people are placeholders in a spot that could be taken up by someone that actually deserves to be there, who's going to reciprocate what you're bringing to the table. If you're that type of person that's doing something, you're establishing these relationships with people and you're bringing something. Don't just have them sitting there and they not really doing anything, but it happens on an everyday basis. I just don't think they see it or recognize it. And sometimes you have to move your vantage point. I believe you can make the common mistake of being around people every day and not even realize, damn, man, I'm over here doing all this X, Y, Z, and ain't shit changed in months, years, days, or whatever it is. And sometimes if you move away or, I don't know, go to a different school, because I'm talking about all ages. It's not just grown people. It can be somebody, a young adult, somebody that's in college. Sometimes it takes you moving away to truly understand what a person brought to your life or the lack of things that they brought to your life. So circumstances can help you see that. Sometimes I think you too close up on people to really recognize what they're giving or what they're not. But it's definitely something that needs to be addressed on your own time when you reevaluating. All right, who's in my circle? Y'all, people do a spring cleaning all the time on IG. You ever met those people or seen those people that go on IG and be like, I'm finna spring clean. It's finna, if you unfollow, don't ask me why. Just know you ain't there. You know what I'm saying? So if you can do that type of method on IG because you recognize the return on investment on your social media, you want people sharing your content, you want people liking it. So if you can recognize the return on investment on somebody following you, you should be able to recognize the return on investment of somebody being in your personal space and not making these, I like to say, move the goalposts for people for whatever your selfish reason for them being there.
Right.
Like, that's just a waste of time.
At the end of the day, and I say that all the time, at the end of the day, I mean, when it all comes down to it, what is my return of investment with this individual in my life? The time is going so fast now. It seems like it's just speeding up. The days are flying by.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with technology and you going to work. You don't have the time to input somebody who ain't trying to help you get out of this, what we call rat race. Like, you need to be bringing something to me because I know I'm going to be bringing something to you. And like you said, if the time is moving as fast as you say, then I need to free up more time. How can I help you? Vice versa. How can you help me free up more time so we can enjoy this time?
And I also think too, it's the quality of it. You might be thinking, I have friends or there's family and I spend time with them and it's just what it is. That's just family. But at some point, it's the amount of time you spend and what's happening in that time. I find conversations that lack quality or substance, it just drains me. I'm sitting here and it's like, what did we talk about? I was over here for 2 hours, or every time I see, a certain individual, it just seems like, we're just kind of here. And it doesn't have to be about, purpose or goals or anything like that. You can kind of feel an exchange of energy, or, you just might get with some people and it's just like, I just enjoy having, my R&R with this person. They always have, stuff to laugh and talk about, and we share about family, whatever it is. If you're getting a return on interest, if you hate going to your job, the investment you have when it's like, this isn't doing too well, I think I'm gonna pull my money out. Yeah. It's not everybody's gonna have a different standard. Like you said, it's like the bar. What the bar is. Just think about it and start looking in your immediate circle. And what's the return of investment? Unless you just trash too. If you trash too, and you guys both get together and don't talk about shit, talk about all the stuff you want to get done, but you're not positioning yourself to get anything done. You sit up and you just have this perpetuated cycle of nothing. Hey, that's what works for you. As I get older and I want to get better with time, like wine, I'm not going to invest in people in any capacity when there's no return on that investment, because they definitely are going to get a return on their investment in dealing with me.
Yeah, you can't even tell me a new vacation spot. Like, what we doing here?
Nah, I'm good. I'm over the takers. And if you don't know, you should have learned from this pandemic. I learned a lot about a lot of people. This period, this last 2 years, did the pandemic start in 2020? Mm-hmm. Yeah, these last 2 years. Hasn't been 2 years, huh?
When it shut down, it was March
2020. So it's been a year or 2 years?
It's going on 2 years in March of 2022 when things shut down.
Wow. There were so many things to be learned from this. If you feel like this was just a pause in your life and nothing was happening, and I just said, I don't know how you didn't learn some things during this pandemic. A lot of self-reflection, a lot of ideas, make sure you are intentionally looking into the return of interest, the ROI with the people in your life, and also, the places and things if you're not doing that already. I hope that this was enlightening in some capacity. If you already got this area covered, kudos to you. Keep doing what you do. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggested topics, you can shoot us an email at realfitradio@gmail.com. Our podcast drops every Monday. You can catch a snippet of our latest or any of the latest on our Instagram at realfitradio. If you're not following us, you definitely should be. As always, we hope this inspired, impacted, or empowered someone. Until next time.